It's Thursday. We've just cleaned the screen because it was looking a little bit blurry. I was all fuzzy, which I'm better in soft focus anyway. So it's Thursday. I'm back with the Squirtle, who's looking super cute. I know you probably don't want to be on screen, but is looking super cute, all in dungarees. So we are back with the Adventures of the Wishing Chair. We're up to chapter X19. Chapter 19. It only goes up to 26, so we've only got another week of Adventures of the Wishing Chair, and then this all comes to an end. You start thinking about going back to school, and hopefully everything looks a little bit better in the in the world.
We might just do the big picture books after this.
Yes, I think maybe we just kind of we'll definitely not carry on with the chapter book, but maybe we just do weekends and do picture books, because we quite enjoy the picture books. Not that we don't enjoy this, but we enjoy the picture books, don't we?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Shall we crack on with two bad children, which is the next one? So we came to the kind of like the end of the episode yesterday when. So yesterday, a man came to try and buy the chair off them. And they came up with a cunning plan so that they didn't have to give away the chair, but they almost had to give away the chair for £2. So we're on to a new episode today, new chapter. Two bad children. Molly and Peter were very upset. Mother had got their wishing chair in the study, and if it grew its wings there, the grown-ups might see them, and then their great secret would be known. Whatever could be done about it? Chinky had no ideas at all. So yeah, basically, so it's not down. The chair isn't in the playroom anymore. It's in their mum and dad's study. They're worried that it's going to be found out. Chinky had no ideas at all. He simply didn't know how to get the chair back into the playroom. If they just took it back, Mother would notice and would have it brought to the house again. Peter and Molly thought very hard how to get the chair for their own again, and at last Molly had an idea. She and Peter ran down to the playroom to tell Chinky. "This is my idea," said Molly. "It's a very naughty one, and we shall get into trouble, but I don't see how we can help it. After all, it is our chair." "Go on, tell us your plan," said Peter. "It's this," said Molly. "Let's spill things over the chair and tear the seat or something, and scratch the legs. Then when Mother sees how dirty and scratched and torn it is, she won't think it's good enough for the study, and perhaps we can have it back again." "I say, that's a really good idea," said Peter and Chinky together. "But we shall get into trouble," said Peter. "You know how Mother hates us to mess things. That's why we have this playroom at the bottom of the garden, so that we can do as we like and not spoil things in the dining room or drawing room or study up at the house." "Well, even if we do get into trouble, it'll be worth it if we can get back our chair," said Molly. "I don't mind being punished if we can go only on for some more adventures." "All right," said Peter. "I don't either. What should we do first?" "We'll spill some ink across the seat," said Molly. "Come on then," said Peter. So they shouted goodbye to Chinky, who wished them good luck, and ran up to the house. They went into the study. The wishing chair stood there looking very good and proper. Mother had put a fine new cushion into it, and Molly took it out. She didn't want to spoil anything that belonged to Mother. Peter got the ink bottle, and the two children emptied ink across the seat of the chair. Then they went to tell Mother. She was cross. "How very, very careless of you," she scolded. You shall not go out to tea today, Peter and Molly. I'm very much annoyed with you. It's a good thing the ink didn't get on my new cushion." Molly and Peter said nothing. They did not go out to tea that day, and they were very sad about it, but they kept thinking that perhaps they might get their wishing chair back, so they didn't get too unhappy. The next day, Peter sat in the wishing chair and kicked his boots against the legs as hard as he could, so that they were scratched and dented. Mother heard him kicking and put her head into the study to see what's going on. "Peter," she cried, "why aren't you out in the garden on this fine day? And do stop kicking your feet against that chair. Oh, you bad boy, see what you've done." She ran over to the chair and looked at the legs. They were scratched. "This is very naughty, Peter," said Mother. "Yesterday you and Molly spilt ink on this chair, and now you've kicked it like this. You'll go to bed for the rest of the day." Poor Peter. He went very red, but he marched upstairs without a word. It was horrid to have to be so careless with a chair, especially one he loved so much, but still, somehow or other, he had to get it back to the playroom. Suppose it grew its wings when Mother was sitting in it and flew away with her. Whatever would she do? She'd be so frightened. Molly was sorry that Peter had been sent to bed. She crept into his room and gave him a piece of chocolate to eat. I'm going to slit the seat now, she whispered. I expect I'll be sent to bed too, but surely after that Mother will say that the chair isn't good enough for the study and we'll have it back again. So Molly went downstairs and took her work basket into the study. She got out her scissors and began to cut out some doll's clothes, and then, oh dear, she ran her scissors into the seat of the chair and made a big cut there. Mother came in after a while and she saw the slit at once and stared in horror. Molly, did you do that? I'm afraid I did, Mother, said Molly. Then you are as bad as Peter, said Mother crossly. Go to bed too. This chair is simply dreadful now, inky, torn and scratched. It will have to go back to the playroom. I can't have it in the study. You are two bad children and I am ashamed of you both. It was dreadful to have Mother so cross. Molly cried when she got into bed, but she was comforted when she thought that the wishing chair was really going back to the playroom. She and Peter had to stay in bed all day and they were very tired of it. But when the next day came, they carried the chair back to the playroom and called Chinky. We've got the chair, Chinky, they cried. Hurrah! But we did get into trouble. We both went to bed for the day and Mother was dreadfully cross. We should have to be extra nice to her now to make up, because we really didn't mean to vex her. That's a funny word, vex. Only we had to get the chair back somehow. Good for you, said Chinky, pleased. He looked at the chair and grinned. My word, he said, you did do some damage to it, didn't you? What a mess it's in. Molly, you'd better get your needle and cotton and mend the seat, and Peter and I better polish up the legs a bit and try and hide the scratches. So that morning the children and Chinky worked hard at the chair, and by dinner time it really looked very much better. Molly put back into it the cushion they always had there and then clapped her hands with joy. Dear old wishing chair, she said, it's nice to have you again. Mr. Twisty nearly got you and Mother nearly had you too, and now we've got you back again at last. And I'm longing for another adventure, said Peter. I wish it would grow its wings again. It soon will, said Chinky. I expect it wants another adventure as much as we do.
I think I've skipped it.
And then tomorrow's chapter is called The Horrid Quarrel. Oh yeah, that's already on The Horrid Quarrel. So I think you've skipped a page. There we go. The Horrid Quarrel. So we're on that tomorrow. So that sounds like it's going to be a new adventure tomorrow. So that'll be with Tinker, I'm guessing. Have a Tinker takeover. And then Saturday and Sunday will be...
what does quarrel mean?
Quarrel, argument.
Oh.
Another word of saying argument. It's something that you very occasionally have with your sister, an argument, where she's probably always wrong and you're probably always right. So we'll see Squirtle back with us on Saturday for picture books. Don't know, we haven't decided what picture books yet, but I'm going to put a bid in for another Rabbit and Hedgehog story.
Yeah.
If that's okay. There's 2 more of those that we haven't read, and we'll find some more in your room. Oh, we were going to do The Lion Inside. If we can find The Lion Inside, that's definitely one as well. And maybe some more. Okay, we will be back tomorrow for the final day of Wishing Chair, and then Saturday for picture books with Molly. So do a Molly wave. In fact, let's do it. I'll flip it round and you do a Molly wave like that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.